Hey folks, today we're going to be talking about fake AirPods, specifically the AirPods Pro, like you're seeing in front of us here. So here at JBrokers, we are a risk-free secondhand marketplace. And most of the time, our customers that sell products to us are selling used items, right? Gently used laptops and cell phones and guitars and things like that. But every once in a while, we get a customer that wants to sell something that's factory sealed, as in the case of these AirPods Pro. And typically, it's a birthday gift, a Christmas gift, or something unwanted. Maybe they have a duplicate of it already and they're embarrassed to ask for a gift receipt. And so they just sell it to us. And so we don't get a lot of factory sealed items, but we do from time to time. And we have previously gotten AirPods. It's probably one of the more common things we get in that are factory sealed. And we know there are fakes out there. And so kind of our litmus test in the past had been to look at the serial number and say, hey, if the serial number shows up on the box and it's unique, you Google it and it's not showing up on 100 different websites for fake AirPods and it's unique, and you plug it into Apple's website and Apple's website recognizes the serial number as unique, then it's probably legit. And that was kind of our litmus test, thinking that, the people that fake these probably don't go to the trouble to create unique serial numbers. And furthermore, how would they put a serial number that's legit and works on Apple's website, right? Well, we learned that that is not the case anymore, because the people that make these fake ones are getting really good at it. And so they're actually, somehow they figured out a way to hack out Apple's serial algorithm. And so they've replicated serial numbers that are legit, that are authentic. I don't know how they're doing it, if they've just figured the algorithm out or if they've, taken pictures of legit serial numbers in other stores and then, transfer those serial numbers to their fake ones here. But regardless, they're going to some pretty great lengths. And so I wanted to share in this video, if you're looking to buy AirPods, specifically the AirPods Pro, you're looking to save some money and you're buying them maybe from a third-party seller, not on Amazon or Apple or the other big box stores, but somewhere else, maybe on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, something like that, right? Just here's some things to look out for, because there's a lot of fake ones out there in the marketplace and they're going to great lengths to try to deceive you and trick you into buying these things. So obviously the serial number is the first thing to look out for. And again, in the past, that kind of was the litmus test, but not anymore. So if you plug in that serial number on the box you're looking at buying, and it shows up on Apple's website, don't just think automatically that, hey, these must be authentic, they must be legit, because now they're stealing serial numbers off authentic AirPods and putting them on the fake ones, and they're showing up on Apple's website as legit. So don't let that be your litmus test anymore. The other thing I want to point out is the shrink wrap. And this is something kind of that we learned. So if you look carefully at this shrink wrap, initially it may not look abnormal, but if you start looking at how sloppy some of these lines are where the wrap was seamed, and then you see something like an air pocket or a hole where it was shrunk too much. And then you look at the seams on the edge and just how sloppy and jagged that is and how much excess plastic is there. Those are all kind of telltale signs that these are not the real deal. Apple, wherever they have theirs manufactured in Vietnam at the factory, they must have super high-end shrink wrap equipment, and it's probably robotically controlled. And so the shrink wrap on the authentic Apple AirPods is going to be, almost seamless. And the seams that you do see are going to be very straight. They're not going to be jagged. You're not going to see excess, shrink wrap on them. And even on the corners, you're not going to see these seams that fall in the body of the box. They're going to line right up on the corners of the edges here. So just pay attention to that shrink wrap. If you see any kind of wrinkling, I don't know if you can make that out in the video, but there's wrinkling here on the shrink wrap. This was probably done by hand. Whoever made these in a factory, they probably had some little pre-made bags, shrink bags, and they put them in here and then take a heat gun or something, something that's not robotic and high-end. So pay attention to the shrink wrap. That's something that we learned. And then let me show you here in the one that's opened up, just another thing. If you do open them up, a couple things to look for. So the packaging inside, there's really nothing that's going to scream fake. I mean, you could argue the quality of the print here isn't quite up to par, but for the average person, they're not going to notice that. But let me tell you what really stands out to me on these particular AirPods, and hopefully this will show up in the video. But if you look at this silver trim piece where the hinge is on the back of the AirPods, so on these fake ones, This silver, it just looks cheap. It almost looks like, you know, somebody spray painted the plastic gray, and it's probably not the case. It probably is just the choice of plastic that they chose. But on the Apple ones, the authentic ones, it's just a very smooth, kind of a matte finish. You don't see like a texture like you're seeing here on these fake ones. It almost looks like on these fake ones, like a sandpaper texture where it's kind of rough, and you see kind of almost like a metallic little, you know, flecks and stuff showing up there. And so these are fake, and that's, you know, one difference in the quality of the materials that go into these fake ones. So I'll try to give you some more close-up views so you can really see if yours has these on there, this kind of rough finish, the metallic flecks there, and just kind of looks kind of grainy. It's fake. You know, the authentic ones are really smooth and have a really nice matte finish that's all one color of silver there. So that's one thing that really stood out to me. And then one other thing that's really interesting, and again, this just shows the great extents and links that the people that are trying to deceive and defraud you, what they're doing. They're actually printing that same serial number inside the AirPod case there, just like the authentic ones would have. And so again, they're trying to fool you. But then something that's really interesting to me is they kind of went too far on that, because on the bottom of the earbuds, the part that rests in your ear, and hopefully you can see that in the video, but they actually printed the serial number again on the AirPod itself, on the earbud, the individual earbud, and same thing on the other bud if I pulled it out. And that is something you're not going to find on the authentic one. So it's almost like they went too far. They thought, hey, if we just print the serial number again on the AirPod, people will believe it's legit and real. So just another sign. Now, there's going to be all sorts of fake ones out in the marketplace. And so who knows? This is just one batch here. You know, you may find another batch that has some other telltale signs that it's fake. And so definitely let us know in the comments below if you come across stuff like that that didn't turn out to be legit, what tipped you off and how you figured it out. But we wanted to create this video because it's really frustrating for anyone to get deceived and defrauded and taken advantage of. And here at J Brokers, we have a zero tolerance policy for that kind of stuff. Anything illegal, selling counterfeit goods like that, that is absolutely, it's against the law in the United States of America. You know, you can get fined and put in prison. A lot of times it's considered a felony in most jurisdictions. So definitely don't do that. But we wanted to create this video to help folks so that they can make sure they're not taken advantage of like we were here. Now, if you've got something to sell, you should definitely check J Brokers out. We are a risk-free secondhand marketplace, and we typically consider most items over $100 that are easy to ship. Everything from gadgets and guitars to cameras and collectibles. In fact, our website has over 2,500 common gadgets and different products where you can get an instant cash offer 24/7 from the convenience and safety of your home. So definitely check us out. If you're tired of all the scams and hassle of, you know, Facebook Marketplace or eBay or Craigslist, J Brokers is your go-to source. Now, two things that our customers absolutely love about J Brokers are, first off, we always pay the agreed upon amount for the agreed upon item. There's no bait and switch gimmicks ever. And the second thing our customers really love is that we always pay our customers on the next business day after receipt. So definitely check us out at jaybrokers.com. That's JAY brokers.com.